All right, so here's the burnt up 8-row, the free corn head I got. It was just serviced, so chains are good, front idlers are good, and the tightening mechanisms all were gone through. The lawnmower blades down there were all gone through, and the gearboxes were serviced, and then the combine burnt, and they got the head off, but this side here, the paint took some damage and the drive shafts. So just to see if I like the head, I'm just going to pull my drive shafts off, slip them on there. I mean, it's just a pin. It's a pin at each end. There's no bolting or unbolting. And then I'll run it. If it runs good and everything looks good, then I just got these two fittings here. This bolt takes this coupler off. These two fittings and these two bolts take this whole block off. And then I'll do the same here. Unhook these harnesses. These harnesses come with me. The bolt brings the whole thing over. 2 bolts brings all the block over, and the 2 lines here. And then that will run my adjustable deck plates. So you got a hydraulic cylinder right here that runs the hydraulic deck plates. So then I can close them things up. And so, yeah, I'm excited. So let's get these PTO shafts moved over, turn the head on, and just see how it even runs. All right, well, the PTO shafts didn't fit from the 12-row. They're a lot shorter on the 12-row. So I did manage to grease these shafts up and actually get them to hook up. So what happens if we turn on the combine and the reverser can kind of move it, so that's a good sign. See the reverser, and you can see the lawnmower blade out there in that opening kind of swinging by. So that's a good sign. That shaft has a little wobble to it, but that's all right. So now let's go forward. Hey! Woo! All right. We're on to something here. Let's, our feeder house. Wind her up a little bit. Actually ain't running too bad. Oh, I got out of the seat. Got that stupid seat safety switch. But all right, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Let's start up one more time. Haha. All right. So it operates. Well, let's see if I think while it's up, so now let's see what it would take to switch that hydraulics. If we get that bolted up quick and keep on keeping on. Well, let's see if you can see that. Watch the gates. See the deck plate slide apart. We'll zoom in one little bit more. So I'm not worried about the roll feelers for auto steer, and I could care less about the head height sensing this year. We've got functioning deck plates. The head turns on, at this point, let's get that snoot replaced, swapped out with one of them, and let's get this thing in the field and give it a try. I gotta tell you, the cloths, they look complicated, and but the more I keep working on this stuff, the easier it is. So to get the snoot off, you just lift it up, smack it to the left, comes right off. The only thing is, his bracket on that one row, this part here got all bent to heck. So we'll have to spend some time kind of squaring that back up. But the snoot is locked on up front. It just isn't locked on back here. And that's okay. It's good enough. We got to go. We got to get going. I'll slow down here so I can videotape. But you can see it shooting out behind it a little bit there. And the last pass. We'll get out and take a look. But it's kind of working. It's kind of working. I missed my 12 roll already, but it's working. That looks pretty cool. Got a lot of leaf material, but there's not any big chunks of stalk. So I think the no-till, the sweeps blow right through that for no-till beans, or the strip till blow right through that for a nice clean strip till. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. The problem, the other head did a nice job of crinking the stalks, but you still had some of it attached to the root ball, and then they were laying across the row. You just had big stalks laying across, and they wrap around the shank of the strip till machine, or sometimes it's hard for them row cleaners to get them out of the way. But yeah, come on, girl. Look at that. Holy crap. Yeah. All right. Let's grab my pickup and get some wagons out here. And I just want to run down the side and get that end opened up for tonight. And tomorrow we'll start filling the dryer and get the dryer going. Well, there we go. Both the wagons are full, and I got 1.5 acres off of this headland. So according to that, you know, boy, that's 700 bushel an acre. That's not bad. It's nothing to brag about, but it'll do okay for this year. So we'll, oh no, my precious headphones broke. And I left the door open. For Pete's sakes, I tell you. Well, yeah, I'm really liking that job that head is doing. One row unit isn't cutting, and the hub is missing. Oop, there goes I should have got to the truck. That's our safety light. But one row unit's missing, so I'm asking the previous owner what the story is on that, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Well, it's pitch black. Thank you for joining me. Well, this is live and inside the grain dryer. So it fills these columns. If you're not familiar with these dryers, it fills this column up. Then there's kind of a cathedral up there. You can see the auger spinning. And then there's a meter down there that's fluted, and it just turns, and between each finger is a little bit of space, and the corn falls into the cross auger and heads outside. And that's our furnace, big propane gas burner, and it pushes the hot air through the column of corn, pushes it through the column out, and the column of corn keeps sifting down, and so the heat rises, and so the cathedral up there is kind of our reserve. So when that drops down so low, then it automatically kicks on the wet bed and it refills it. And then also you get some preheat effect because heat moves up. And so it, yeah, there's the inside of that. Just a last minute double check while it's filling up. All right, here we are, boys. Second load of corn going in. The first load filled the dryer, got the dryer burning. It's not unloading, it's trying to get up to temperature, so you can see the speed just starting to come. It's the one batch I tested was 19%, 55-pound test weight, which is pretty normal for us. I kind of love this because I can, so from the tractor, I can kind of see back here, and I can use the remote control, and I'll show you on film, but I use the remote control and you kind of see it move over and it's in place, and you come back here and open the door. Oh boy, I like that. I like that. It's, but yeah, well, we hold just under, I suppose filling this way, we only get 22 to 2,300 bushel. So in a couple more rounds, another couple hours, we'll be full on the wet bin, so that'll be kind of cool. The wife, she's out filling the grain carts, and then I'll come out with both wagons and empty and bring in the yard. We're right across the road right there, and so yeah, off to a good start. Off to a good start. All right, well, happy beginnings. I just started to unload, and a relay quit. So luckily, there's a safety here. So if corn backs up, it pushes this lid and completely shuts the system down. So now I just gotta shovel this into Karen's little cart, and then I can run this auger in reverse to get it cleaned out, and then start up again. Let's see if I can do this no-handed. So I come in, I start rolling him out, boop, hits the tire, boop, hits the tire. Right there, boom, done. Oh yeah. Look at that. Beautiful sample. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's almost Case IH rotary type quality right there. Boy, that's pretty good for a cylinder thrash. Man, we'll put that in a bag and put it in the planter next year. All right, it's too windy outside and the noise on the camera. I didn't get to film much of the harvest because we parked the buggy out here and the wagons out here, and by the time I got the dryer going and found I think I found it as a loose connection, so by the time I got that fixed, well, Karen had already moved across the field, and so I think the corn yield is pretty good. A little light on test weight, but yeah, on this field I was expecting 3 rounds of the 2 wagons together heaped up, and we ended up with almost 4, and so like 3.5. So that's really good. We needed a victory in corn. I'll have to talk about each crop individually because each one is such a different animal here. Yeah, so fuel for the Massey, fuel for the Lexion, and I think Dad and Karen can ride together in the combine and start opening up the 60 right here. and I'll run the grain cart and the wagons for a while, and then Dad and Karen can argue who drives the tractor and who drives the combine. But we're gonna see. The wet bin holds 3,000 bushel, and let's see if we can't fill it in an hour and a half. It never ever goes that good. Oh boy, now we're getting going. I got the headland opened up, and Karen took over in the combine. Where's she at? There, she took over in the combine. Dad's in the grain cart, and boy, if I could make a living of just driving around, put my 12-row head back on and just drive around the country, opening up headlands and fields for people, and have a grain cart follow me, I would do that in a heartbeat. So yeah, with any luck, we'll get everything filled up again today, and yeah, we're just getting the field split. Problem is, on that side you only go a couple rounds, and then you got another set of headlands, and it gets wonky. But yeah, nice. Oh boy, look at that little light. Woohoo! We're getting fancy here, boys. Fancy here. Yeah, last load of the day. The wet bin is going to be topped off. It's going through so fast. It's doing a wagon an hour. I mean, it is just flowing like water. And so every time I come in with a round, half of my round is already through it. And so that's nice. It's running about 15 or so bushels per gallon of propane. That's pretty slick. So yeah, we'll end the night right there. The crop store is about a third, not too far from half full. By tomorrow morning, it'll be well over half full. And tomorrow morning, we'll turn Karen loose on filling wagons and carts. And and we'll do it all over again. And hopefully by the end of tomorrow, the crop store is full and the wet bin is full. We got several days of rain coming in, and then we'll get caught up in the shop for the week. And next weekend, if all the rain that they're talking about comes true, we won't be doing corn again until next weekend, and then we'll start on customers.